In A Feast for Crows, we learn that a faceless man whose description matches that of Jaqen Hagar has infiltrated the Citadel and is now posing as a novice named Pate. But why is a faceless man posing as a lowly novice in the Citadel? What is he looking for, and what is his mission there?
We first meet Jaqen Hagar as a prisoner when he's traveling north with Yoren's caravan, bound for the Night's Watch. He's one of the 3 prisoners Yoren takes from the Black Cells. We still don't know how or why he ended up there, or if he was hired by someone to be there, since the Black Cells are reserved for prisoners accused of high crimes, such as treason. One theory suggests it was Littlefinger who hired him to assassinate Ned Stark on his way to the Night's Watch, if Joffrey for some reason doesn't execute him. He definitely had the means to be able to do it, since he was the master of coin, and could have used those resources to hire Jaqen, and he also had the motivation to further his plan. Although this is not the case in the show, but maybe there's more to it in the books. Or it could all just be a part of Jaqen's grand plan that we don't know about.
The prologue of A Feast for Crows follows a young Citadel novice named Pate, not a particularly remarkable character, not someone you'd expect a book to open with. He's broke and is in need of a gold coin to take the maidenhead of a serving wench at an inn. That's when he meets this mysterious stranger referred to only as the Alchemist. The alchemist offers him a gold coin in exchange for a master key that grants access to restricted areas of the Citadel. Pate, desperate and naive, goes through with it. He hands over the key, the alchemist hands over the coin, and then Pate collapses and dies, poisoned, almost certainly by the coin itself. And then, later in the books, when Sam arrives at the Citadel, he meets a novice called Pate. The alchemist, or Jaqen, has already assumed his identity. He is inside the Citadel, but we still don't know why. We know this is Jaqen because of the alchemist's description Martin has given in the books. It's the exact same description as when Jaqen last changes his face when parting his way with Arya, which I really don't think is just a coincidence. So what is Jaqen actually looking for? Let's start with what we actually know. The Citadel is the home of the Maesters, the scholars, healers, and advisors who serve every lord and king in Westeros. Every noble house has a maester trained at the Citadel, whispering in their ear. If you wanted to control the flow of information across an entire continent, the Citadel is exactly where you'd plant someone. And a lowly novice is the perfect cover. Nobody would notice or care about what a novice is up to. One of the most compelling theories is that Jaqen, or whoever this faceless man is after knowledge, specifically ancient knowledge about dragons. Think about the timing. Daenerys has just hatched 3 dragons for the first time in over a century. The world is changing, and the Citadel sits on the largest collection of historical records, arcane texts, and lost knowledge in the known world. If anyone has documented how dragons were controlled, how they were killed, or how they can be used as weapons, it's the Maesters. There's even a darker layer to this. Some fans theorize that the Maesters themselves, or at least a faction within the Order, have been actively working against magic for centuries. The idea being that the Maesters see themselves as rational men of science, and dragons, magic, and the supernatural are a threat to the Order they represent. Some even suggest the Maesters played a role in the death of the last dragons during the Dance of the Dragons. If that's true, then the Citadel's restricted vaults could hold secrets that Jaqen, or the Faceless Men, or maybe the person who hired them, once kept hidden, or once found. The Faceless Men don't just do things on their own. They are hired assassins. So the question isn't just what is Jaqen doing at the Citadel, it's also who hired him to be there. Who could afford to do so, and why? One theory points to Euron Greyjoy. Euron is one of the most enigmatic and terrifying characters in the books, a man who has sailed to the far corners of the world, who claims to have visited Valyria itself, and who is in possession of a dragon horn called Dragonbinder, which he claims can bind dragons to his will. Euron is obsessed with dragons, with power, and with ancient sorcery. He is exactly the kind of person who would know the Faceless Men exist and could afford hiring one of them. But what is Euron really planning? We don't fully know yet, but the books are definitely setting up something big.
The key Pate steals grants access to a restricted vault in the Citadel. We don't know exactly what's inside, but the fact that a faceless man, one of the most dangerous assassins in the world, is personally embedded as a novice to get his hands on it tells you everything you need to know about how important it is. We might never get the full answer until the Winds of Winter finally arrive, if it does.